Hello everyone. Hello. Happy Thursday. I almost messed up. Hello. Ankle. Oh my goodness. Hello. Buttoneers. How are you guys? Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love these emotes. They have fires in the eyes. Glitch. I love it, I love it.
So
Hi,
happy to have you
Meowing.
back with us again, Irene. How's your start of September been so far? Nice to see some new art to kick it off.
It's been good. It has been fantastic. Wait, September? What are you saying? Oh wait, oh my god, I thought you were trolling me. You're right, it is September already, isn't it? Wow, time flies, time flies. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it is September already, but yeah. Yeah, it's really hot. We're having a heat wave over here in LA. There's like signs everywhere that saying it's a heat wave. Sure it's hotter in other parts of the world, but yeah, we're doing good. We're doing fantastic. Hope y'all are as well. Dark House, thank you so much for redeeming Sip Your Water. Cheers to you. Anyhow, to all those buttoneers, hope you guys had a fantastic stream. What were you guys up to today? Oh, and thank you so much for gifting the sub, Meowing. I'm Elijah from Football Recaps. Thank you for the M1 Mac tutorial. It's been amazing. Oh, Elijah, it's so nice to meet you here, and thank you for watching it. I'm so happy to hear it was helpful. Hope that your streaming is going fantastic as well. Hi, Zodinko. How are you? Hello, nice fan. Yeah, it's like when it's hot, it's the air conditioning is very disproportionate in our house, so it gets very cool downstairs, and then upstairs where I'm at, it is like so hot, and I'm just like burning to death up here. So gotta get some extra help sometimes. We just chilled and watched vids for an hour while we waited for you. Oh, that sounds so fun. Nice, nice. It's always fun when we watch vids together. Oh, Mewing, thank you so much for gifting a sub to our new member, Elijah. Thank you. Now I sound like a cult, though, when I say to our new member. But I'm just saying, welcome to the Bubble Wrap crew. That's all I mean in case I'm freaking anyone out. But yes, today we're going to be doing some comfy painting because we haven't done that in a while. We've just been playing Child of Light for quite a bit, and I thought we were almost at the end of that game. But apparently we aren't. We still have a long ways to go. So I thought we should, rest our eyes from... Wait, that wouldn't make sense because you guys are still watching it digitally. But we should rest our eyes from digital games, and we should kind of try to heal our eyes with some digital greenery paintings. Making no sense today, am I? Meowing, thank you so much for gifting another sub. And yeah, so therefore we are going to be painting plants today, because I also recently got new plants, and I'm like a happy plant mommy right now. I'll show you guys pictures of the plants soon, but yeah, so I wanted to draw some plants today. I think those are my favorite things to paint because it's the easiest. It's like, even though you mess up, you can say that is nature's beauty. And yeah, so anyhow, I have two options for you guys. There's the painting on the left, which is a little more like monochrome type painting, but it's kind of cool because the leaves are somehow artistically filling out the entire screen, and that's kind of like beautiful, like simple, modern type of painting. Both of these are kind of like modern. That's what I typed in, modern plant aesthetic painting, into Pinterest, and these are the results I got. And the second one has a little bit more of a pop of color. It has some pink, and it has some like geometric shapes to it, like the zigzags and stuff. And so it's a nice contrast between the pink steps and the nice green leaves. So there's two. So you're painting it? Yes, these are not my paintings. These are from Pinterest. I should probably have found out the artist and give credit, so apologize for that. But yeah, so these are the two options that we are having as our inspo for today's painting. So, which one poll will be up? Oh, thank you so much, Silver. So why don't you guys vote once the poll is up to see which one you guys would like to get done. And actually, I have a feeling we might have enough time to do both today. But we'll see. I always get very ambitious and then I end up doing like half of what I commit to. So we shall see. Pick the third rectangle chat. The right one? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people that are saying right. Okay. The far right one. Yes, that girl talking. Oh, that's what you meant, self-portrait. I could, except I am so bad at drawing faces. It's like pretty bad. That would be kind of amusing. I actually recently watched a video on how to like draw a self-portrait in an animated fashion, and I might want to try that sometime. Oh yay, the poll is up. Thank you so much, Silver. And so now, submit your votes, guys, for which one you guys like. Oh wow, okay. There is like one that is winning by a lot. Javier, chat is okay with you painting green stuff, not adding them to food, lol. Okay, fine. Yeah, I guess if I consume all the green stuff here, then I won't need to add them to the dishes. Oh my gosh, my back is like so hot. I'd say the right one because it kind of looks like background from Grease. You're right, it kind of does. It looks like our main character would run up those steps. It's like a brighter, happier version of Grease. By the way, is it just me or is it like way too bright? I'm gonna turn down my I was gonna say Firefly, but a ring light. Okay, there we go. This is just like way too bright. Sorry, what is this? Okay, well, looks like we're having a very clear winner. 93% of you are loving the pink one to the right. And to those who voted for the other left one, high five, I liked that one too. I like both of them actually, so I hope we get to it, but I have a feeling we might only get to one of it. My goal is not to rush through things because I have a tendency to do that. My goal is to just like have a comfy, laid back painting stream where we put in our 100% to this. Okay, so pink is the winner. Right Pink Steps is the winner. And that's what we'll be drawing today. So I'll hide the other one. Sounds good. And I will minimize this one. And Meowing, thank you so much for gifting another sub. Thank you. Do you have any interest in doing a paint by numbers on stream? They can take a long time. Oh, yes. They definitely can take a long time. I have done a paint by numbers on stream, actually. And do you know what happened, Inkle? I painted 2 circles. And that was the end. Like, it took a super, super, super duper uber long time. Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe if I have like a super, really, really long stem, perhaps. But then the paint by number, they just got like it took forever. I've already pictured the right one on the wall behind you where the other picture is already. Oh, that would be a nice place to put it up. You're right. Add some color to it. Speaking of laid back, how's your back? Oh my gosh, that is such a smooth transition. Thank you so much, Silver. No, I actually haven't mentioned it. I should actually put on the back brace, except it's so hot. I kind of like feel like I would be sweating. But yeah, I might put it on in a bit. My back after stream on Tuesday was so bad. Like, it was in so much pain. I couldn't really walk or even like sit that evening. So it was pretty bad. The next day, it was still pretty bad, but slightly better. and today it's doing much better, but it's still kind of like not 100, not, I would say it's like 60-70% better. So it's definitely like the healing trajectory is much faster than the last time I injured it. I think it's because I've been doing a better job of like icing it the first day and applying heat packs to it the second day. But yeah, it's still getting there. Still getting there. Always welcome. Oh, thank you, Meowing. Thank you. Yeah. Think of some unique craft stuff like 3D puzzles or something. Yeah, I've been wanting to do more. I was thinking of getting like little kits as well. Because we have not done that in a while. Come on. I want to tape this to something if possible and have a border. Okay. I need, you know what, that's fine. I'll just have this as a border. Okay. But yeah, so I at one point made like a miniature little greenhouse, and that was fun. So I was like, maybe I should do something like that. But let's see. Okay, so where's the best place to tape it? Don't want to tape it to the table, but that might be my only option. Is this straight on stream? Oh, I can always turn my camera, I guess. Oh. Okay, so for this painting, we need to do some taping first. So, oh, shoot, that's our step one. I'm eating the most dry cinnamon roll at work. Oh no, Rambo, don't. You know, cinnamon rolls are really delicious, but I totally know what you mean by dry cinnamon roll. It's just like, like 60% of it is there, but it's missing the last like 40% of like moist, delicious, icing filled cinnamon roll. So, oh, I'm sorry. Maybe you can like, actually, I don't know how to fix it. If only I was there, I would already have your back fixed. Oh, really, Jay Blair? Are you a chiropractor? Irene, the convention I went to made me smile, made friends, talk to a lot of people, and had an awesome time. The pictures in Discord proves it. Nice, I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Happy to hear that. MZ redeemed Korean. Oh my gosh, MZ, I'm so sorry I missed it. And thank you for the reminder, Jay Blair. I appreciate it. 네, 오늘은 일단 이 계단을 먼저 그릴 거예요. 이 테이프가 약간 오래돼가지고 자꾸 끊어지네요. 근데 이 계단을 저렇게 그리려면 테이프로 약간 그 각을 잡아줘야 되거든요. 그래서 그거를 지금 먼저 하는 중입니다. 그리고 계단 이외에 그 테두리가 있어서 그거를 지금 그 테두리를 만드는 중이에요. 혹시 여러분들도 오늘 같이 그림을 그릴 건가요? 물감을 칠할 건가요? How do I say that in Korean? I don't know. I don't know how to say painting. 같이 페인트 하실 건가요? I guess I could mix it with English. 가셨어요? 어디를 가실 거예요? MZ님 어디 가세요? 지금 Korean Redemption에서 한국말로 얘기하고 있는데 어디 가시나요? There is this build paint miniature house thing, like the size of a dollhouse. It made mom a traditional Japanese house and garden. Ooh, I think mine was something similar to that actually. I used to be a chiropractor. Oh, hence why Jay Blair could fix our back. Oh my gosh, but I'm kind of scared of chiropractors. I don't know why. I know it's like really effective, but the like. I'm like scared of it. Dennis really likes chiropractors because he's like, he loves like sports massages, chiropractic healing. I don't know what to call it, but chiropractor sessions. Yeah. Man, that thing is art, because if you accidentally, you know, without being educated in it, like mistwist someone, you're going to definitely hurt them. Okay, so we working on the stairs. Yes. Now is the hard part where I have to. How do I do this? Okay, I think I have to make the stairs first. There's 2 sets of stairs. And you understand what she's saying? I was just saying that we're going to be making the steps first with the tape. So I'm taping those off. I usually, whatever I say in English after what I say in Korean is what I said in Korean. It's like a translation. Oh, my back. Massages and chiropractic sessions are God's. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. I wish I knew how to be a massage therapist or chiropractor, but I think you have to like know a lot about anatomy and be very skilled with your hands. One of my, like, I don't have a chiropractor or massage therapist friend, but one of my friends is a occupational therapist who specializes in like, so she knows how to do like massages, or like, are those called massages? Yeah. To kind of relieve different parts of the body, and I'm just like, oh, perfect. This is what I need. No, this is not coming out straight. Okay, I don't think this is how I'm supposed to do it. Okay, well, we'll start off with a couple. Okay, so one of the steps, we'll start here. Make sure they're right angles. Oh shoot, that kind of doesn't look like a right angle. That's fine. It's art. Is that your name? What are you gonna attempt to draw? Ooh, I'm trying to attempt to draw that inspo painting to the left. The pink and green painting. That is what I am attempting to draw. So right now, I'm attempting to plot out a staircase. so that we can paint that in pink. And thus far it's going, it's not perfect, but that's okay. Art doesn't need to be perfect. Bless you! See, downstairs is cold, hence why Dennis is sneezing. But upstairs it's so hot. This is requiring quite a lot to focus. But it'll all be worth it. I'm so excited for the part where we're gonna be like peeling this off. That's when it will be like, oh, so satisfying. I hope. Bless you, Dennis. Thank you. Karina, I want to redeem stuff, but it's out. Yes, there's a cooldown period for it. Even Mike, really? You guys heard it? That's funny. Wow. Okay, so there's 2 layers to this. So I have to do this, but I also need to trace out the steps right on top of it as well. Wait. This is gonna be the white part, and this is gonna be pink part. Oh, okay, yes. So this is gonna be a light pink part. Almost confused myself. Oh, I just need to make sure these align. That's what I need to do. Okay. Got it. Oh, okay. So this tape needs to line up to that tape. So on and so forth. Oops. Dennis' dad sneezes. What's a dad sneeze? Just the Just notice the size of the rock on your finger. Oh, thank you. Yes, it is my engagement ring. I wear it every once in a while when I feel like being fancy. Guess today's one of those days. I'm like, I feel artistic. I want to be fancy. I became a chiropractor and You're both? Wow. To help me with my full body arthritis. Oh my gosh. That's so cool. It's like I need a lot of, if you need a lot of treatment for something, you're like, you know what, I'll just become a doctor myself. You're like, I'll fix myself. That's really cool, where you like take matters into your own hand. Because yeah, oh no, oh shoot, that was not good. I think that's kind of like, I mean, Dennis is not a chiropractor at all, but like he is good at, like, if you're injured, kind of like knowing what to do, because he's gotten injured so much before. And yeah, it was definitely helpful for him. Because like, you can be your own doctor, you don't need to wait to go to the doctor's office. Hi Usman, how are ya? No free session for you. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. I get a massage every 2 weeks for bad shoulder. A van drove close to the curb and his wing mirror hit my shoulder. Oh my gosh. That sounds really painful and dangerous. I'm so glad you're okay. I can't believe they hit you with their mirror. Although I must admit, I have hit the, like, a garage pillar and the garage with my side mirror twice. So I probably should not be the one talking, because I'm very bad at judging distance also. So don't let me drive by you guys. Maybe dangerous. Yeah, so don't be near me when I'm driving. I'm just kidding. I try to be, I am very careful. And that happened quite a long time ago. Like maybe 7-8 years ago. So since then, I would like to think that my driving has gotten better. Perfect. Okay, so now all we got to do is cut some of these right edges. Who took my sword? Who took my sword? Here's my sword. Who took my ruler? Here's my ruler. Yes. Well, I went flying with bike, so we all has our own mistake. I went flying with bike? What? What is... You went... Wait, you went... So you basically... Oh, were biking and then you flew up into the air. I see. Right? Am I reading that correctly? Joe Pilot. Oh, that's funny. But I kind of went flying with a bike too, because when I was biking in college, this was more like just on a cruiser bike. We would bike to class and stuff. Another bike, we ran into each other, and then like the collision made me fly off my bike. It was pretty scary. But I'm still alive. And that person was fine too. MZ, basically. If you got into an accident with bike, you're the one flying. Yes, I've realized that. It was me, only bike, no driving cars. Do you mean like a bicycle bike or like a motorcycle bike? I meant a bicycle bike. I realize 90% of the time when people say bike, they mean a motorcycle, and I keep thinking in my head that it is a bicycle bike. MZ is Bubble Wrap Crew's resident outlaw. A motorcycle bike. Okay, got it. I figured. Ring ring bike or brrr bike? Yeah, that's how I should call it from now on. You gotta clarify, guys. You can't say just bike. You have to say it either like ring ring bike or brrr bike. Ooh, by the way, for what is it called when you know how when you're, but I mean there's no lane splitting everywhere in LA or California. I think it's a California law, and several states you're allowed to do lane splitting, which is where you're like there's 2 car lanes and then the motorcycle is kind of like in between the lanes. And then Rambo, thank you so much for the 16 months. Thank you. And then when you are a car and you kind of like get out of the way and make room for the motorcyclist, then the motorcyclist like gives like a peace sign like down to their left or their right. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about, MZ? Have you ever done that? What is that called? I actually really want to know. Don't read whatever Minnie said. Okay, Irene, don't worry about it. Okay, now I just gotta know. MZ, resident outlaw. Well, I believe that. Just wanted to sub before going back to work. Have fun with your paint. Aw, thank you, Rambo. Hope you have a great day at work. Lane splitting is dangerous AF. I have no idea why that is legal anywhere. Yeah, it does seem pretty dangerous. Especially because I'm like, what if someone's merging? The hand gesture? The hand gesture. You only does that in driving tests. Usually you didn't do any. Oh, really? That's actually something that comes up in a driving test? I thought that was more of like a cool motorcycle sign, like a thing, like a you the man bro kind of sign. For some reason that's what I thought, but oh, it's part of a motorcycle test. I see. Okay guys, so basically here I'm going to be painting darkest pink and then slightly lighter pink, and then I'm going to take this off and paint a blush pink up here. So let's get our pinks in order. We can finally paint. It's been 40 minutes and we're finally getting to painting. In England, you usually only see lane splitting at red lights. Oh. Yeah, I think it's outlawed in many places because it's so dangerous. Gives me anxiety. When people go like vroom vroom and then they're starting to lane split. Okay, I'm trying to find the right type of red to do, maybe with a little bit of pink. Maybe a little bit of a larger brush would be better, so that we get an even coat. I kind of want to have a new palette because I feel like this one's dirty. Let me look for a new one. this one's also dirty, but there's no white mixed into the red, so that's good. Open, yeah, open, please open. This is definitely not the color we're going for. I think this is more of the color we're going for. Okay, let's paint this one first. Nope, this was not the color we were going for. But that's okay. We can be flexible. We can also do multiple coats. Man, I'm colorblind. Thought this was gonna be orangish, but then it came out totally like pinkish. Where is orange? I will just squeeze out new orange because I can't trust anything anymore. You got white? I have white, but I just don't want there to be any white in here because I want it to be like a pure kind of blush color, but apparently white kind of got mixed into it. In a little bit of orange. Yeah, it's looking pretty dark. That's okay. Okay, we'll just make this layer a little more orange. Whoa, it looks really pink on camera. I think it's because the lighting is very... There. Maybe that's better. The color looks different like on camera versus what it looks like to me. Ha ha ha! Oh gee, Blur, you'd like a personal bubble one message? Well, of course. Here you go. Stuff in this. Oh my god! Wait. Forgot to plug in the battery again. With all the happiness and good vibes and wishing you a wonderful week. Yes. Doesn't have to be. That's true. This is like a reference painting, so it's gotta be. Oh, I got bubbles on here. That's okay, that's okay. That's part of the art. Oh, read my last message with it, please. Oh, sorry. Technically, I've started painting because we couldn't do what you're going to be doing without putting the tape on. Okay, what? I don't get that one. Irene Ross, Bob Leon. Oh boy, there was another one. A bubble in the sky. I wonder how high it will fly. Can't wait to see. So here's my redeem. Irene. Oh, I love that poetry. I haven't seen bikers do the 2-finger sign to cars here. Usually it's a biker thing. Anytime bikes pass each other on the highway, they extend left hand, point 2 fingers to the ground to say, keep both wheels on the... Oh! That's so cool. Okay, I need to tell Dennis. I've always been curious what it means. Am I colorblind? It looks a bit purple to me, like deep purple. It kind of does actually, Silver, on the camera. Which is why I'm like, come on. Ah, no. How do I brighten you? Nope. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does look purple on screen. That was 2 messages. Oh, sorry. I got it though, eventually. Red, orange, pink, papaya, like color. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's a very, like, lots of description to this color. Okay, well now, what we're going to do is draw some plants over to the left. This brush is kind of too small. I'll go with this one. We'll add some plants here. Can you guys even see that? Oh, you can, but it's kind of like very too shiny. Okay, these are turning out good. These are kind of like succulents, but orange tinted succulents. Yes. Okay, this is good. This is a great start. It's okay to be a different color anyway. Very true. Yeah, I think that's where, like, I don't even need to intentionally try to add interpretation to these, because throughout the process of making these, automatically something will change about the painting. I mean, you're the one eating papaya on Hawaii trip, so I blame you on that. Papaya just came out. Yeah, that's true. By the way, does anyone like papaya? Because I asked my other friends too, and they said they had a similar experience in papaya as me. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I ate a ripe papaya, but it just tasted, like, it seemed like an acquired taste. It's kind of like bitter in its own interesting way. Me. Oh, Usman, you've eaten it? It's meh. Never tried it. It just tastes like that. Yup. Oh, okay, so it's a bit of an acquired taste, I guess. I don't know. I was expecting it to taste like mango, just because it kind of like looked like a mango almost. But I was all wrong. Tasted very unique. Which unique is not a bad thing, but it was just very foreign. good as well. Now all of our plants are just orange. That's okay. I like papaya, but it can be hard and bitter if it's not ripe. Oh, I see. I think also there's different types of papaya. So maybe mine was not 100% ripe. Because the papaya I got was like a strawberry papaya, so I don't think it's the original one. It's like it's a hybrid version. And I know certain fruits, like if you mix them, like a grapple, like a grape apple. I actually don't like a grapple, but I like an apple. So maybe it's like that. Maybe I need to try like the original papaya. Perhaps I will have a different experience. Okay, this is turning out good. Looking pretty paradisey. Maybe that's why you were expecting a mango experience. Sometimes the conflict and expectation changes the experience, especially food. That's true, yeah, because then you have like your taste bud expectations are different. Expecting super sweet taste because the color itself. Yeah, yes, I totally agree with both of those statements. No matter how ripe papaya is, it's always going to have that bitter sweet taste. Ah, the one Irene bought is super ripe. Oh, it was? Okay, that's what the lady who was passing by told me as well. She said, oh, that's like really ripe. That's perfect. So I dislike raisins on bread. At first, I think it's chocolate. Get debated. Oh my gosh, yes, I totally know what you mean. You know how I got debated? Once I drank like milk that was in a milk carton that had like black beans on it, and then I thought that was chocolate milk, so I was drinking it, and then I was like, what is this? And then I realized it was black soy milk, and now I like had a panic attack. I was like, what? This is not chocolate milk. Yeah, so it's all kind of like expectation versus and kind of like what your head is expecting and what your taste buds are expecting versus what you get. That can really influence your taste experience. Okay, this is turning out not too shabby. Kind of wish I could twist this the other way though. Now it's getting shabby. This is like an awkward way to do the brush stroke. That's good enough. Okay, looking good. I think we can remove the tape now. Believe. Moment of truth. Yes! Clean lines! By the way, why is this so dark? This is like... Okay, thank goodness now it's kind of brighter. Oh wait, I should probably not do this part yet, but... Hi, Irene. Hi, Sagan Jones. How are ya? That's how ripe it was? Oh. Curious, Irene, have you ever said Twitch slang IRL and realized it? I think so, probably. But also, yeah, because I think a lot of my like language that I learned, oh yeah, I have. Because I would say doggo. And I think is doggo Twitch slang? But I'm pretty sure I use it. Right? What? I wonder what else I say in real life. I think also when I talk to Jeannie. You responded to one of my comments on. Yay! Yes, I remember your comment. I actually I usually respond to all of the comments on YouTube. Thank you so much for leaving your guys' sweet comments. Chat, them Lee sisters just be good at everything. Like what? That was nice. Oh, thank you. I don't think I already know as much Twitch slang yet. That's true. I only know what I learn here. So feel free to teach me more. Ooh, them clean lines. Look at it. What are other Twitch slang? Okay, test me, guys. Did you say pog? Okay, well, pog I did not say, but there was legitimately a beer called pog. And I think they meant it like as pog when I went on the boat and there was like the Maui beer. One of the drinks were called pog. Doggo is general slang, but think like debate or Twitch slang. Ah, I see. Or monka or poggers. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I haven't really used Twitch slang in real life. I'm okay. A lot of life problems. Oh no. Man, life problems are just like, they keep coming at you, and when it rains, it pours. But the important part is that you will make it through, and it will all be okay in the end. Just gotta keep your eye on the light at the end of the tunnel. I get notifications you like the comments. Oh, what? Oh, you guys get notifications? Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. I didn't know. Or internet slang in general. Twitch slang. Oh, example. Kai says cute. Oh, really? That's so funny. Just saying the Twitch emotes IRL. Oh, lol, as well. Passion orange guava. Are you serious? That's what it was. Passion orange guava. I saw that and really thought it was like, it meant like poggers. For people say Pepe hands are really. Oh, okay. So I guess in conclusion, no, I don't use Twitch slang IRL. I wonder if Jeannie does. Feels like she probably does, right? She has to. I mean, she streams like every day. It's like in her language. Like her vocabulary. Yep, YouTube does that. All of a sudden your name pop out. I'm like, why? Surprisingly, oh, she didn't? Oh, interesting. I always thought doggo was Twitch slang because that's where I learned it. And then, so, because like, my other college friends, they don't use any of those words. And then so I would be talking to them and I would be like noise or like doggo, like, oh, your pupper's so cute, your doggo's so cute. And then I'm like, they probably don't use that word. Or what else? But then there's some times when I'm like texting my friends and I'm like, maybe I should use different words. Okay, now I need to make sure this is like really ultra light, this top part. Oop, and it is so not. I'm gonna use the even more like floofy brush for this part. Oh, just Kai? Oh, I see. Jeannie has her own language, honestly. She has her own set of slang. The Genieisms, which I absolutely love. Oh, yay! Okay, I think this was what we were going for, like a very, very light pink. Okay, this is good. Just needs to be not white. Fantastic. There's a little bit of tape left. I should not have done that. That was a big mistake. Now that paper is scratched up, but that's okay. We'll just put some leaves over there. No one will notice. Yeah, the notification is how we know to check to read your reply. Always makes my day to see what you have to say in reply or whatever insanity I leave at the bottom. Oh, thank you. I was actually okay. That makes me happy because then I used to try to respond to all the comments within 24 hours, but then sometimes I like. Okay, to be very honest with you, like I usually read the YouTube comments like almost pretty quickly after they're posted. But then I like read it and then get super happy, but I don't respond immediately because I usually respond when I'm like at a computer so I can like type it out better and don't have as many typos. And I used to try to do that within 24 hours, but then sometimes I want to be at a computer. But then I try to do it within a week. Then I'm like, I don't know if anyone's knowing that I'm replying to their comments because I really appreciate those comments. So yeah, I'm so happy to hear that you guys see it. She has Genie language. Genie adds O to the end of everything, like snacko, doggo. Yeah, she does. I think that's how I learned a lot of my language because the very first time I streamed was like I started streaming with Genie on the cooking streams, and so I learned all of my like, oh, this is how you talk to chat from Genie. And so I was like, oh, so in the Twitch world, snack is called snacko and dog is called doggo and hug is called huggle, and isn't huggles like Twitch and Sag? I feel like I've accidentally like used those in text with my friends and I'm like, oh shoot, that I don't think is used there. Chatto. She says chatto too, that's so cute. Chatto. Okay, now we need to make the branches, but I need to let it dry for a little bit. That's all just Genie derpness we all love. I love it too. Her language. I haven't even paid on my 400 apartment on my new used car for the first month. Jeep chair. Whoa! You get a new Jeep. Congratulations. But yes, I hope that the thermostat or water pump went out. Oh no! Radiator is leaking. I do not know how to fix any of those, but that sounds pretty intense. Oh man. I'm sorry, yeah, car breakdowns are not fun. It sounds like those are pretty intense ones too. I hope it gets resolved. Sag is Twitch. Huggle is not. Huggle is not? Oh, Huggle is Genie? Honestly, there are worse people you could emulate than Genie. I agree. I totally think that I want to learn all the Genieisms. Oh, it's overheating. Oh no. Needs a new radiator. Oh, well, good luck with it, Sag and Jones. We send you all of the best wishes for your car to have a swift, less expensive recovery. Least expensive recovery. Okay, we're now going to draw the branches for the tree. I want a little bit of orange in it. New alternator? Is that troll? There's no such thing as an alternator in a car, right? What is an alternator? Okay, now this requires focus. I need, is this dry yet? I think it's dry enough. All the way from over here down to over about here. It ain't dry yet. It will give it a little wait. Lives in country that never needs radiator. I don't know how harsh it was, but hope it's quickly get resolved. What is a radiator, guys? Oh, that's real. Oh. Oh, alternator charges battery. Oh, okay. I thought you guys were trolling. See how skeptical get betrayed and trolled in games so much that I just assume everything is a troll. I'm sorry. It sends electrical power to the car when it's running. Oh, I see. So, or power to the car's electrical system rather. Ah. The radiator will keep your engine cool. Without it, you can overheat the engine. Oh, I see. So it's a very important part of the car. How do you guys know all of this? Good life knowledge skills to have. That is not where I wanted it to end up, but that's okay. I'll take that. The engine will don't worry, Irene, you can always trust me. Oh my gosh. I don't know, that looks kind of sus. There's way too many huggles. Usually people who are giving out way too many huggles are no, I'm just kidding. Okay, I trust you. Okay, our tree branch is doing good. Ah! No, it's not doing good! No. Okay, now we need some going to the right. I honestly thought it was house radiator stuff. Oh, is house radiator? Does it do the same thing? It cools things down? I think I'm being educated on important life stuff. My mom had a broken radiator. She kept putting off fixing it. One day on her work, the engine overheated and exploded. Luckily, she and everyone else was fine. Oh my gosh, thank goodness. That's so scary. Okay, Sag and Jones, make sure, yes, please don't drive with a broken radiator. That sounds really dangerous. I guess in the winter time, maybe it would be a little more okay. But like, considering there's a heat wave, I don't know if you're in Southern California, but there's gonna be a heat wave in California, so probably not a good time to drive with a broken radiator. Remember the old cars where if the engine stopped working, you could literally hit it with a hammer and it would work. I feel like I've seen that in movies, yeah. Or like kick it and then it would start rumbling up and then it would start again. I guess cars were more sturdy back then? I don't know. Is it sturdy or... I don't know, simplified, I guess? Okay, this branch is way too thin. I have a feeling I'm gonna mess it up by trying to add to it. But I guess there's only one way to find out. No house radiator for heating. Are you serious? So a radiator in a car is supposed to prevent heating, but a radiator for a house... Oh wait, no, I knew that because like we've had a radiator before. We have like a radiator, but why is a house radiator opposite of a car radiator? That is so confusing. She was in a tunnel as well. She had to drive out of the tunnel with smoke billowing out. That sounds so scary. Yeah, gonna talk to my car company about Okay, well, I'm sorry. I can't really give much more help, but I'm going to stuff this bubble with all of like the best of luck so that your discussion with the car company goes super well tomorrow. I know you didn't request this, but we're gonna send you good luck bubbles anyway. Wait. Oh shoot. Yeah. No, please. Our bubbles have a tendency to bring a lot of good luck, so I hope it helps. Okay, nice. It's a little bit more. Okay, and then one more branch, one off to the left. Older car engines were built to resemble tractor engines so that people could figure out how to work on them. So already known methods to fix an engine could also work on cars. Oh, that makes sense. Interesting. Now we're learning a little bit about the history of cars. Okay, I think the branches are doing good. We can move on to the leaves. Okay, so we'll start with the lighter ones. Oh, also I realized we need a sun. We need a perfectly round sun, which I usually am really bad at drawing perfectly round objects. Basically, I can't draw a circle, but we will try our best. Hey, not too bad. Yeah, I just feel it. My paintbrushes have so much dust on them that when I'm painting, I have dust particles getting onto the paper. That's not good. That's okay. We're going for an antique look. Purposely adding dust to our painting. Hey, not a bad circle. Not bad. Not like perfectly round as that one, but could be worse. Why are you so dark? Okay, now we add some branches. Technically, radiators as cars and homes are the same thing. Tubes that have hot water passing through them to release heat in other air. Oh, I see, but it kind of like has different purposes. Got it. To show, but back then engines were simpler, so anyone could knew who can work. Ah, sensor round. Really? You think it's round? Yay! I'm so happy to hear. Yes. Da, 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 da. Algorithms? Why is this in my recommended? Oh. Actually curious. How do you get my channel recommended? What kind of other content are you guys watching to get this recommended? Because yeah, I guess I stream a lot of stuff. Like variety of stuff. So I don't even know how I get recommended. I mean, but what? What are we making? We are making a painting. We're making a kind of more modern painting. A watercolor painting. That looks like that in the upper left hand corner. That is our inspo painting. We're going for a lovely green tree in like a blush orange sunset-ish background. Okay. Wonder what kind of tree this is. I have never seen a tree like this before in real life. Okay. Variety Stremmer. Yes, I feel like actually a lot of times Twitch recommends to you based on other people you watched, and then if I have a lot of like common viewers, I think that's how a lot of Twitch recommendations work, or at least that seems to be how it's recommended to me. I'm at my friend's house using her TV for stream. Oh, nice. Well, hello, Ice's friend. Or Ice's friend's TV. Okay, this one kind of sprouts out from here. Don't worry, these leaves will get darker. I'm just doing sketching right now so that I don't completely mess this up. Okay, not bad. Okay, good. This is good. Start. I'm convinced Twitch just listens to our phones, microphones, and recommends channels. They're spies. That would be very interesting if Twitch is able to recommend to you what they listen. Because, like, for ads and stuff, I can see how they could do that. But, like, if it's to the point of, like, your live streams are being recommended based on what you're saying. Because, like, what could you be saying? Oh, I guess you could be talking about, like, a certain game. And then it could recommend to you, like, someone who is playing that game. But other than that, what would you say? But yeah, I've definitely had scary moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, whatever I said just popped up on Instagram. Or like Pinterest. I never go to Twitch homepage. I don't have the time to just watch random streamers, so I just watch you and Jeannie and a couple others. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to be included in those couple. I have no idea what is in my recommended. Probably all VTubers. Actually, I think my recommended is pretty random. Oh wait, I don't think it's in my recommended. I think I just, like, when I go to Twitch, like, automatically what shows up is like, what do you call it? Like trending channels. Like, sometimes it's sports, sometimes like live music, but I never watch those, or I've never like watched those on Twitch. It's kind of interesting. Maybe there's like a separate page for recommended versus trending. Okay, this one's a big one, so I got to be careful. Put more thought into this one. You know what I kind of wish Twitch would do is like say maybe it's for legal purposes they don't do it, but like the geography of where people are at, because I realize I can't really easily see that. Like, oh, if you want to see IRL streams or like streamers, but then they're in like LA or somewhere else. LA is not the only place I know, I promise. What is that? This is the land of implied facade of freedom. It is. Yes, you can watch whatever you want. Twitch recommends channels based on things you've entered into search functions before. Let's you say you looked for Just Dance new streamers that play that game. I see. That's how it works. When G started a power washing stream, I got a handful of power wash streamers right after. Really? It's so funny. Wait, like when she was power washing her house? There's streamers who just pure power wash their houses and stuff? Like search by country? Yes. Like that, search by country. Can you do that? I basically started with Genie and branched from there. You, the crew, and others she collab with. Yeah, that's okay. I think that's how I see people too. Like if there's people that Genie collabed with, or like if there's raids, those are also ways that I find people too. Oh, there's a game called... Oh, is that when Genie was in Mars and then she was like power washing a rover, something up there? Games. I see. Oh, yes, that one. Oh, yeah, I remember that one. I was like very confused, like what she was doing. I didn't realize that was the theme of the game, that it was power washing game. I thought the theme of the game was being in Mars. And now it makes sense. It was very satisfying. Super satisfying. Actually, that might be my most favorite one yet. Okay, good. I'm gonna add a little bit of like darker green to the other one. I knew there was an accent on the word, but it was facade. Did I say something else? As an imaginary, unrealistic concept. What did I say? I think I said facade. Or something like that. Original plan was to fill the empty stream with power wash, but she 100% off stream. Oh, she got very into it. You pronounce phonetically. Oh, yes. But don't you think facade sounds so much cooler? Actually, no, facade sounds cool. Like, yes. That sounds more classy. Oh yes. Oh yes. This is the right color. This is adding some sophistication. Yes. Okay, I like that color. Nice. Yes. Perfect. Perfect. What's the meaning? Oh. Ankle? No. Oh, I said the meaning of it. It's an imaginary, unrealistic concept. So I thought it was like kind of like you're giving the appearance of a certain thing, but it's only like on the surface and it's not really true. But I might be totally wrong. Phonetically, it means she pronounced it how she reads it instead of how it's. Oh, phonetically. Oh, I thought you were asking for the definition of facade. Oops. Oh, that's so pretty. I want to get this one framed. So nice. Da, da, da. Ooh, yes. That leaf has character. It has character. Oh, okay. Okay. It's coming to life. Okay. So I think our right side is done. Now we gotta work on these leaves over here. These are kind of like pointing downward. Facade is also the front of the building. Oh! I see. I didn't know that. That's very good to know. Let's see. Any tips as to not being such a sorry. Aww. Honestly, Sag and Jones, I've definitely been in like kind of mindsets where I'm like, I'm just speaking honestly, but then it comes out as like I'm being a downer. And then this was my solution to it, and maybe it's not for everyone, but it works for me. Sometimes in this context, I think it's good to like fake it till you make it, in a way of like, even though it's fake, smile or like say something that you think is very positive. And then at first it will feel fake and you're like, that's not how I actually feel, but then you might start to actually feel like you mean it sometimes, because it makes you happy to say something that makes other people happy. Does that make sense? And then this kind of like stuck with me because like Mama Lee used to say like, okay, so I have a resting face where my resting face, the end of my lips would kind of slouch like that. And then Mama Lee would always be like, Irene, your lips are slouching. And she's like, you need to stop doing that. Otherwise, it'll become like a permanent expression and you'll always have like a sad looking face. Like, you need to look happy. And then I was like, but I don't purposely want to smile right now. But she's like, but you have to, like, even though you don't feel like smiling, you should just smile, because then that like kind of gets embedded into your face and that becomes kind of like your whole face. So yeah, there's definitely days where you're just like, I don't feel like smiling, nothing like is working out today, and it's just like patch of, I feel like I'm just being dragged through the mud right now, and life is just giving me nothing but pickles, although pickles I think are delicious. But anyways, yeah, but then you just kind of like force yourself, act happy to be happy. Yeah, kind of. I know it sounds not like the best plan, but that's what I've seen in people around me. Because I actually learned this from my 5-year roommate. So both of us used to work at an accounting firm, and during busy season, it just like sucks. Your life just sucks because you're like working 60 to 80 hour work weeks, and you're just like at your computer, your eyes are like dead, and you're just like dead, and you're just dead inside, and everything's just like very gloomy. You're just like working very, very long hours. But then sometimes like when I'm working and like very stressed, you can like see it on my face that I'm stressed, and it just kind of like doesn't exude the best positive energy. But then my friend, my like 5-year roommate, the more she gets stressed, the more she laughs, and it just like is very contagious. She'd be like, oh my gosh, this like doesn't tie out at all, this is ridiculous. And then she'll laugh about it. And I was always like, wow, I really admire that quality, how like as the situation get worse, you can just like laugh about it. But actually that helps. In the end, both of us solved the situation, but she just like laughs through it. So yeah, I've like, that has influenced me, like inspired me to be like, oh, okay, like in tough situations I should just purposefully laugh. And it worked. Like on my next team meeting, on other team meetings, like I would purposely try to be the one to just like, as everyone is like stressed in the room, just like throw a joke or laugh, and it would lighten situations, and then it would actually make us all collectively fight through the situation in a more brighter way. Yeah. Anyways, I know that was like a super long answer, but I just wanted to share that because I struggled with it a lot. So I just thought hopefully maybe helps. I don't know. Okay, come on. We are moving on to this leaf. Let's go. Let's tackle this leaf over here. Yeah, how do you guys do it? Dwelling in the negativity is a self-fulfilling prophecy trap. Definitely getting out of it on your own can be difficult, but focusing on the things that uplift you is a good start. That's such a polished way of saying it. So eloquent. Yes, that I definitely think is a great tip. She laughed because she was dead inside. Yeah. I was like, I kind of asked, like, how do you laugh? And she said, like, sometimes you get into a situation where you're just like, this situation is so bad, it's ridiculous that it's funny. That's what she said to me. And I was like, oh. The high energy person that brightened people's day. Yeah. And I'm like, I want to be that person. So we need a break. Here you go. Oh, I'm getting some wine. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say something I forgot, but yeah. And then I recently watched this Netflix show called Motel Makeover, which actually is like a 2-year-old show, but they do the same thing. There's one of the main characters there, like I was like watching their show, I was getting stressed as I was watching it. So basically this Netflix show is called Motel Makeover, and there's these 2 business partners who buy a super rundown motel that has a lot of potential based on location, and they like kind of flip it on a very tight budget by doing a lot of things themselves, and they just have really great taste. Anyways, guess when they decided to go with this project and film a whole Netflix show? They started in December or November of 2019, and they were gonna open June of 2020, which all of you guys know, that was when COVID started. And like, I'm just watching the show, and like, first of all, they go through like very standard like hiccups that you would expect in any of those shows, like, oh, they dig something out and then there's mold or something like that. Like, that's expected in any like home renovation show. But then I'm sure they did not expect COVID, and it's like they're watching their show is kind of like reliving what COVID started out as, like in the US, how we all didn't believe it was real at first. But then, yeah, they go through it and then they just like laugh through it. And because I was like going to the next episode, I knew what would happen because, you know, we know history since we lived through it. And I was like, oh my God, COVID is definitely going to be real. Because like on some episodes, they're like, kind of like, yeah, so we heard about this disease and it's still overseas. And I'm like, it's gonna come to you very soon in the next episode or so. And like, you know what's gonna happen. But then I'm like, does this show get canceled? But it doesn't. They end up opening. And then they like somehow laugh through and fight through all their struggles. So I'm like, oh, that's the way to go. That's the way to go. With a few extra years as perspective, I can say that knowing that rough times will pass and things will always cycle into better seasons of your life is very hopeful. I definitely agree. Whale said, Boomer Bob. Oof, I know, right? The YouTube channel you might like is Mr. Kate. It's a couple that does decorate. Really? Oh my gosh, I love those types of channels. I love like home reno, makeover, like, yes, I love those kind of channels. Which, the funny thing is, Dennis said, since you watch so many of those shows, do you think you would want to have like a fixer-upper house and just kind of like want to do it yourself then? And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to make this reality. I think I would prefer to just keep it inside the TV screen. I don't know if I can like live through construction, but maybe watching some of those is making me really want to try like painting stuff and like sawing things to make furniture. But true, but I feel like I have a perma frown, like my face muscles are dead. I don't know. No, I thought that too. And actually I probably do. I think you guys just don't see it because usually on Strem, like, you guys cheer me up so much. It's impossible to have a frown on, but my normal face is not a smile. Love Splash, thank you so much for redeeming Sip Your Water. Cheers to you. Hope you have a delicious, refreshing sip of water, because it is so hot here right now. Read the manga? Read the manga. Which manga? I gotta scroll up. I gotta scroll. Which manga? I rabbit hole into tiny home YouTube channels. Oh my god! Oh my gosh! I watched those too. They're tiny home ones. Those I really like too because I feel like I'm always complaining about like, I don't have space. My mom's like, oh, do you want this? Or like, do you want some extra onions? And I'm like, no, I can't take onions because I don't have space in my kitchen. But then I watch those tiny home videos and I'm like, I have so many things that I don't need in my house. Totally be much more of a minimalist, and I could be so much smarter with my space. And then, yeah, those tiny home videos are so fun. Those and like van life videos. I like am half convinced I want to go on a van trip by myself before winter comes. Okay, this leaf looks kind of droopy, but it has character. Oh, and then last thing, sorry, I'll stop talking about this. But last thing as a tip is like surround yourself with positive people. I think that's the biggest thing in like uplifting your spirit when you feel down. If you surround your people with a lot of people who are kind of like just kind of echoing like I don't know, someone who would kind of continue that negative train of thought, it'll most likely keep you on that hype train. Or what's the opposite of a hype train? Nipe train, like a negative hype train. But like if you, even though you don't agree necessarily with everything a positive hype train is at the moment because you can't relate to it, like if you surround yourself with positive people, eventually they'll be contagious and they will get to you. I rate the manga as in you knew about the COVID, but the yes, show didn't know it yet. Basically spoilers. Sorry, long-winded me and my friends read the manga. Oh no, I know, now I'm cultured. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. Love you, and Jeannie, though your energy is so uplifting, it at least brings a smile to my heart and sometimes my face. Aw, thank you, Sag and Jones. Well, you read the manga because you already said what I said before I said it. It's swaying in the wind. I'm sure I've said this before, but you and Jeannie got me through the pandemic. Being able to hang out and relax with you guys and chat made a world of a difference. If I had to sit by myself at home the whole time, I may have actually lost my marbles. Oh no. Yeah, I feel like high five to us all. Like, we all made it together. I totally agree. I feel like you're right, because actually Jeannie, all of Jeannie starting streaming, and then which kind of led to me starting streaming too, like that all started in all these times. So we put through it together. Oh my gosh, Grim, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you. Did you guys hear the notification sound, or is it just like, just in case? Wow, my bubble sound maker is like on point today. Thank you so much. How goes? We hear it? Oh, it's just me that couldn't hear it. Trying to think of how word things without trauma dumping. For me, I 100% still need professional help temporarily. However, Jeannie's streams, Irene's streams have helped bring me out of my shell somewhat. Got sober because of Jeannie and Henry's age being the same as mine and realizing they living life and I'm not. So not a permanent solution, but this community has somewhat saved my life, or at least put it in the right direction. Aw, that's so good to hear. Yeah, I mean, I don't think everyone's like 100% on like your goal, because then that means like, what would be the satisfaction if you've already met your goal by the age of, I guess, like, how old is Jeannie right now? 27, 28. But in any case, yeah, everyone has their own, and everyone's working towards it. No one can be 100%. If you're 100%, then good for you, but then hopefully you change your goal to be 120%. Weird the bubble pop. Oh, okay, I heard it. Oh, weird. I guess it's just me. I guess I just didn't hear it. Well then, Grim gets twice the... Now it's gone. Now my bubble maker sound is gone. Like, my IRL one. I'm so glad. I forget who suggested adding the bubble pop making sound in the actual GIF or GIF. But I'm so glad you guys mentioned it, because I cannot make that bubble popping sound IRL all the time. I used to. Maybe like, I used to be like, thank you. Like, do that, but then half the time the bubble making sound wouldn't come out. And I'd be like in panic mode. I'd be like, no, I need to say my thank you, but my bubble popping making sound maker is broken. And some genius person suggested it. I think it might have been Silver. Was it Silver? It's one of you guys. It's one of you guys who are in chat right now. Definitely. For me, MXR plays, then Twitch with you two helped me with quarantine, a breakup, and the death of my grandmother. So I appreciate and have much love for you, Jeannie, Henry, and chat. Aww. Well, Ice, I'm so glad it was helpful. I'm so happy you're a part of our community, and thumbs up to you for fighting through all that, because that's a lot, and for keeping your head up through all that. Kudos to you. Is that hats off to you? Like, you get my point, right? I'm sorry, my English is really failing me today. Yeah, we're having like such a yeah. Okay, you know what? We'll close this out with a huggle. Huggle, everyone. We made it. Have fun. Okay. I hope this last leaf makes it and turns out good. Thus far, it's turning out pretty okay. It's kind of very different from the picture, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Let's go. Sorry, no more long text. Didn't realize how long it was. Oh my gosh, I've definitely done that before. I've like typed out messages to friends and family before, and then you know how have you guys ever written a text message where it's so long that it becomes like ... or like it says click to open the full message or something in text message, and I'm like, oh yikes, I've become that person. But yeah, that has happened to me. Actually, I don't know if iPhone does that, but there's this Korean texting app called KakaoTalk, and then that one, it really makes you feel judged if you write a long message, because it's called Kakao Message, right? But then sometimes I'll write a message and it'll be so long that it says click here to open the story, and then you're like, oh my gosh, this app has said that I wrote so much that it is calling it no longer a message and it is calling it a story. So it's like, okay, yes, we'll send your novel over to this person so that they can TLDR. No, I'm not saying yours was equal, but anyways, yeah. I've definitely had that instance before. ... Yes, those ... too. Is that the app that jump scared Jeannie that time? Oh, it jump scared Jeannie? Maybe. If it came from either me or my parents, then it is definitely that app. It goes like, the notification sound goes like, Kato. Kakao Talk throwing shade. I know, right? It's like major throwing shade. It's like, yeah, your message is kind of long. I'm just saying. Okay, looking good. Yes! We're almost there. I said it because I sent a second text that was also really long. Didn't mean it to be. Oh. Yeah. I mean, like, every time I send long texts, they're, like, unintentional. And then, like, when you type it out, like, sometimes on your version, it doesn't look as long, but then once it gets sent and then it becomes multiple lines, then it looks longer. So I know what you mean. Totally know what you mean. Yes! Looking good, looking swell. Subtle jab to the novelist here. Too long dinner. There's nothing wrong with being a novelist. You know what I wish I had learned before though is speed reading, because I am such a slow reader. I hated reading when I was younger, so I'm really slow at reading, and so I have a tough time reading super long messages. But then I know there's this skill, I don't know how, but there's people who can read a book as they just like flip it. There's this skill. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It was really popular and a lot of parents try to teach their kids this skill. Like you can go to like a tutor to learn this skill where I think you're not supposed to read. You're not supposed to read your book like this. You're supposed to read it like in a diagonal apparently or something like that. Do you know what I'm talking about? But you still digest everything. It's not like skimming. If I could condense all the stories
we heard tonight into one feeling, it would be this. We're so grateful for you and your sister. You both make being here fun and have brought out the best in all of us. Thank you for being the wonderful people you are.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Adam. Seriously, Adam, every time I read your messages, both on Twitch or YouTube, it like totally makes my day. You are absolutely the sweetest. Thank you, and thank you to all the Bubble Wrap crew. Speed reading, right? Not sure. Yes, speed reading. It was called speed reading. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called, because my cousins learned how to do it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really wish I had learned how to do that, because the reason why parents were teaching their kids to do that is because they said like, oh, once you go to college, they're gonna assign you a ridiculous amount of homework where it's impossible to complete all of it, and then you're supposed to, like, you need to learn how to read fast or you'll never get through your classes. That's what they said, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to speed read, so I'm not going to pass college. By the way, for those of you who aren't in college, you definitely don't need speed reading. I'm such a slow reader, and I still got through it. But yeah, I was wondering if anyone had that skill. Because I'm the type of person who, in movies, when there's subtitles, I have to turn it off because I'm such a slow reader that if I try to catch everything in the subtitles, I'll never be able to see anything on screen. I just read, by magic, and retain a ton of info. Oh, I should look into this. Trying to read with ADHD autism is a struggle. I manage it and retain a ton of info. Oh, so you it helps you even more read faster. It's from his examples from the Book of Wisdom and Truths. I'm like reading all over the place now. Yeah. Anyhow, Jeannie is really fast at reading because she used to read a lot when she was younger. I don't know if she still reads a lot, but yeah, hence why her vocabulary is so fantastic. But yeah, I should probably read more. I hate subtitles because I'll read those and not watch. Exactly, it's too distracting for me. Yeah, it is way too distracting for me, but I get really impressed by, like, my parents would watch movies So when they were not as fluent in English, they would still watch movies and then watch it with Korean subtitles and understand everything that's going on. And I'd be like, how do you do that? Because I can't watch a foreign movie, but I wish I could read faster because that prevents me kind of from watching foreign movies. But yeah, maybe I should just practice. Oh, but actually maybe. Now I was gonna say maybe Twitch streaming has made me read faster, but if you guys are wondering why I don't catch some of the messages, it's because I'm really slow at reading. I'm sorry. Book club on Discord? Ooh, that would be fun. I haven't read in forever though. I got used to subtitles. Too much anime. Oh, yes. Reading animations, that definitely does make you read faster, I think. Because, like, you gain momentum in reading and you want to read faster to, like, keep that momentum going. Usually with videos, my eyes will go on visually rather than text. My eyes always distracted to certain details, so usually I miss the subtitles, but still can catch up while watching animes with subs. Oh, interesting. I sometimes feel like I miss something. Right? Do we have a lot of book readers in this community? Yeah, I'm curious. Do a lot of you guys read? For me, if I read, there are times I read, and when I read, and get very into the book, I will read for like the full day, for multiple days, until I finish the book. But then it's hard for me to pick a book that I like. I like reading. Oh, okay, Chapel likes reading. Oh, Paul, give me a say. Thank you, Silver. I'm reading right now. Oh, you are. Yes, we're definitely all reading right now. We are readers. Having internal monologue is great when watching things with subtitles because after a while you start reading the subtitles in the character's voice. Your brain just ignores the speaking in the other language. At least that's how it's... Oh, that's so cool. I read comics. I do have an inner monologue too then because there was this webtoon that I was reading and then there was dubs to it originally because it was licensed and then the dubbing ended for one of the later seasons, so I had to read it, but then I would read it in their voice since I heard the dubs in the earlier seasons. So I totally know what you mean when you're like, oh, you read it in their voice in your mind. I like this painting. I read comics. Depends, I guess. I'm not a liar, just a downer. I don't really read. No, not reading is fine. That's not a downer. I don't really read either. Auto narrator. Yeah. Irene got her inner monologue. You hear the voice, right? Mm-hmm. I do. And I think I do tend to just read things with a voice. You know how when I'm playing Child of Light or Ring, that's kind of me verbalizing how I would actually read it. I would actually read it like that, even if I wasn't streaming. Can confirm after watching 100+ anime and sub, I can watch anime in raw, original no subtitle and understand what's happening even without looking on my phone. Also, I read a lot of manga, manhwa, webtoon. Right now, still reading manga. Oh, nice. Manga, I wish I had gotten more into it. Now I'm just like, actually I feel like I think I would try reading another webtoon because I recently tried reading my first webtoon and it was so fun. I'm like, I want to try. Ooh, I want to see book readers. Let's see. Yes. Oh, nice. We have a lot of book readers. I need to get book recommendations. I'm like, I kind of like for book reading though, I only like certain genres. why am I saying in plural? I like sci-fi or like magical genres. What are your favorite genres for you book readers? Because I'm like, if I'm gonna read a book, I might as well travel into worlds that I can't in real life, and then words can picture or like create. And then I like it when they're magical worlds. Very captivating. I read mostly non-fiction books. Yeah, my best friend that I was talking to you about, who like laughs at all of her situations very well. She actually likes a lot of non-fiction books too. She likes like a lot of like autobiographies and things like that. Long story short, I got so many books I ran out of shelf space. They were tucked under my bed as well as piled on the floor. That's so romantic. I want to do that. Like when I see libraries or like, you know how in Beauty and the Beast Belle loves reading books. Like I want to be like that too, but I'm just really bad at getting myself to read. I think in times where I need to be reading, I just find it more convenient to be watching something like YouTube or Twitch or Netflix. And so because of those other options, I don't end up reading. I like horror fantasy. Ooh. I don't like horror, but I kind of like know what you mean, because like I was forced to read horror books in one of my classes in college for my general education class, and those are page flippers, but it's also so scary. It's really weird that horror actually can be just as scary, if not scarier, through a book versus a movie. I really thought like, oh yeah, I can read horror books. Like it's not gonna be scary, and then it could be just as graphic too. Like words can actually make you picture something even more vividly than a movie sometimes. It's very interesting. Now you guys are making me want to read. You know what? After stream, I might read. A lesser known author, but if you want a fantasy book that's not violent, try Magic, required by H.S. Paisley. Why does that name sound really familiar? H.S. Paisley. Oh, okay. Which one? I prefer fiction when I used to read. Right? Me too. I like very well thought out fiction. Like I think one of my favorite ones of all times would be like Da Vinci Code and all of the Dan Brown books. Like it's fiction, but it's somewhat historical based enough that it feels like it could be real. And then more recently, although all of these are kind of like older books that I just hopped on the bandwagon very late, Dune, that I read after the movie came out, I really loved that book. And then one of my all-time favorites is like Cloud Atlas too. That one's really good. I watched the movie as well. I like the book a lot more than the movie. But in case those kind of fictions where it's just like the way the fiction is written is very like well thought out or like very artistic. Those kind of ones. I recently started reading about things that I didn't learn in school. Turns out the things that weren't taught are just as important as things that were. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, like when you're exploring topics and like delving into things that you weren't taught in school, but like it's kind of like, oh, I'm curious about this. I want to learn more about it, so I want to read about it. It's kind of like searching the internet, except more in just like paper format. Yeah, I also like can't read on like a Kindle or something. I need to have like a physical book. Okay. Oh, okay. I want to see, what type of fiction do you prefer? This is the poll that's going on. Top 5 genres: romance, action, adventure, science fiction, fantasy, suspense, thriller. I'm actually curious, what is the difference between fantasy and science fiction? I think science fiction it needs to be somewhat like based on science, like a little more grounded, versus fantasy is like completely like outer world. So would you say like Harry Potter is fantasy? What if I have multiple? Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, what if you have multiple? You can't vote twice. Or authors like Poe and Lovecraft heavily inspire many things I like. Poe is yes. I've read those before because of school, and those are I could see the charm to them. Cloud Atlas is the superior avatar. Fight me. Oh, it's another version of Avatar? I mostly read manga type stories, but in a blue moon I will read a book only if it's interesting, like the true story of Jack or Jane Eyre. Also, oh, I've heard that one's really good. Science fiction is based on scientific truth. Ah, fantasy is magic and stuff. Okay, so Harry Potter is fantasy. It's top 5 I found. Oh, fantasy is totally made up. Usually has magic and stuff. Sci-fi is somewhat realistic-ish. Okay. So even Marvel would be fantasy, right? Counted as fantasy? Marvel comics? Versus science fiction. Actually, no. Marvel is somewhat science fiction. Actually, I don't know. I guess there's some that have overlap. According to Google, science fiction often takes place in dystopian society, sometimes in the future, and contains elements of advanced technology. A fantasy story, on the other hand, is usually set in the fantasy realm and includes mythical creatures and supernatural power. Ah, I see. Oh, a lot is sci-fi. I got it. Okay, now I know better. Okay, so then I would say yes. I like sci-fi because I like it when it's like grounded on something and it feels like it could be like a real world here. I think that's my favorite. But also I like fantasy too. Marvel is sci-fi and fantasy. Ah, there are fantasy aspects such as Thor, but also Tony Stark aside. That's true, yes. Yeah, or like Hulk. Or something where like it's a human. By the way, now we're getting to the satisfying part. We're tearing off the edges. Yay! We're done. Oh my gosh. Oh, it looks so pretty. Now you can see that this part is blush, not just white. Oh, looks so good. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. I'm so glad we're getting to this part. Fantasy is wizard, go fireball. Sci-fi is spaceman, shoot laser, pew, pew, pew. Got it. I will remember that forever now. Such clean lines, right? Oh my gosh, this is my favorite part of painting. The part where we get to rip off the border. Oh, so satisfying. And it just makes it look a lot more polished. Painting looks great. Thank you, Choppa. Sci-fi human. I'm superhuman if I want. Yes. We can all be sci-fi superhumans. Ooh, by the way, have any of you started watching She-Hulk? It's like a new Netflix show. I'm also, for those of you who don't know, like, love Marvel, so I watch pretty much everything. And then it's kind of interesting. I'm still like kind of getting into it. I wish the episodes were a little longer. Still like, feel like I need more of the episodes to come out to get into it. It's honestly very close to the image, Irene. You have magic. Oh, thank you, Silver. Yay! I'm glad it's like kind of somewhat living up to the inspo picture. Mostly been reading ancient myths the last couple months though. It's interesting how myth is created, such as whistling of the wind being though to be spirits of the dead riding across the sky. Oh, I like those too. I took a class in college called Greek mythology, and it was fun learning about like how there's myths about how certain, you know, things happen. What are the reasoning for certain things happening? Yay, guys, we finished our painting. It looks so good. Why am I trusting it? I don't know. Here, let me just show it on camera. It looks better like on camera, I think. Wait, let me turn this down so you guys can see it better. But do you see what I mean by like this camera is making it darker? See? This is what it looks like. Wait, nope, that's too bright. Yeah, this is what it looks like. It's so happy, I like it. It actually does remind me of Grease. It feels like our character could kind of like run up the stairs. You mean the contrast? I mean, yeah, like things are kind of blending in, but then also the color kind of looks darker on my iPhone camera. Yay, I like it, thank you. I had so much fun doing this painting today, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. That was very therapeutic. That was very fun. And also I loved like our comfy discussion topics. You guys are always such a wonderful group of people to chat with. Thank you, chat. And Silver, thank you so much for moderating. I had so much fun. Hope you guys did as well. Yeah, I'm wishing you guys a lovely evening or morning wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys on Saturday. Oh, hi, Jose! See you guys. Bye-bye.